right, welcome to this new session. Our next speaker, which I would like to introduce, is going to talk about strategic planning and execution for e-commerce and distribution. So Nicky Kumar is the Chief Executive Officer at Dynamic Solutions and Advanced Technology, a company also called DSAT. He's based in Bangkok, Thailand, and he's got over 20 years experience in handling a lot of different IT projects with a big focus on logistics, and he has been a solution architect for a number of software and logistic projects in Asia. So Nicky, welcome. Go ahead with this session.
Hi, Max. Thanks for the wonderful introduction. It's my pleasure being here for this session, Speed, Strategic Planning and Execution for E-commerce and Distribution. Myself, Nicky, I'm co-founder and the CEO of a company called DSAT that develops and implements software for transport, logistics, distribution, and e-commerce industry. If you have any comments, questions, please leave your feedback down. I shall reply you immediately. Let's take a look at the Fortune 500 companies during 1995. Well, it was completely a colorful set of companies who were dominating during 90s. Now, if we move from 1995 to 2015, the color diminished very, very tremendously. Where have the others gone? Why did this happen? Only 30% survived. Now, if you take a look at 2020, this figure will be more scary. It's a very, very simple secret why this 30% survived. It's just because of one factor, which is called innovation. So a typical organization needs 63% of their focus to run the business, 21% to grow the business, 16% to innovate the business. In today's topic, we are going to cover how innovation and strategic planning is going to help logistics, is going to help your e-commerce business. Well, let's talk about innovation in logistics. So the point number one is intelligent logistics. I'll come back to this again. Number two is logistic and supply chain collaboration. Elastic logistics. Transformation from B2B to B2B to C. Embedded human interface, human-machine interface, embedding to the system. Innovation in logistics. So in innovation and logistics, the most important, the first thing is intelligent logistics. These days, data collections like data information, data technology plays a major role. Earlier it was IT, like IT oriented, information technology oriented, but these days it is completely DT, data technology oriented. So you need to have details about your cargo. You need to have your details about your vehicle, your resource, your warehouse, your staff and everything. Secondly, you need to have some kind of predictive analysis. Predictive analysis in the sense like the order behavior. Like how do you get your order? Daily, how do you get? Like Monday, what is your order? Tuesday, what is your order? Weekly, what is your order? Monthly, what is your order? Yearly, what is your order? Season-wise, non-season-wise, you should have complete historical data about your orders and the complete predictive analysis about your order. Then predictive planning. Predictive planning is like you need to have a predefined planned routes, like your bus routes or like your train routes or like your flight routes, like predefined routes to handle your shuttle if you're doing your distribution, to do your shuttle, to do your line haul and to do your final delivery, last mile delivery. So this is kind of a predictive planning where you have set of planned routes which is already in the system. Replenishment decision. Replenishment decision is a typical replenishment which is happening in your warehouse, like it can be a linear or it can be a non-linear thing. Let me give you a very good example of automotive industry. If you are providing a milk run service for an automotive manufacturer, and you align the parts according to the movement. So the parts which is required at the last will be put away in the last section, and the part which is required now and tomorrow will be the earlier thing. So this kind of decision, predefined decision, similar to the food industry, like the food items which are going to expire soon, because you will be following FEFO, first expiry, first out. So the food items which are going to expire very soon will be at the nearest point. SLA decisions. So SLA is service level agreement that you have signed with your customer, like be it distribution, transportation, or a storage in your warehouse. You might be having a set of rules for a specific customer. For example, let's say you have for a customer A 4 days for delivery and customer B is 2 days for delivery. So why would you send the 4 days delivery guy today itself? You can wait until 4 days so that you might get some more for delivery in that particular zone, so that you can consolidate and send it. So this is where the SLA decision plays a very key role. By having all the data about all your customer information and the SLA details, you can achieve this very easily. Integrated management is like complete seamless approval and monitoring controls. Seamless approval and monitoring in the sense like, okay, your call center or customer support might be keying in the order, and then which will be approved by the planners, and the planners will plan, and the drivers go for delivery execution, and the fulfillment guys who are in the warehouse take care of the loading. Everything happens just in time. So when you have this proper control or proper approval methodology in the form of integrated management, the system will be very, very seamless, and it will be very fast. So the next topic is logistics and supply chain collaboration. Next point is logistics and supply chain collaboration, where you need to have a good IT system in place. IT system in the sense like you should not have a different satellite kind of IT systems. You should have a single window IT system where you exchange data between various stakeholders, and you will have a complete visibility and control. If anything goes wrong, you can control it, and you can see your complete operation this, and seamlessly collaborate with your order management team, with your inventory team, with your transporter, with your customer, with your resource, and you can effectively have integrated management, approvals, and monitoring controls. So basically what you're going to do with IT system is you're going to control globally, manage centrally, and execute locally. Innovation in logistics is elastic logistics. So the word elastic means expand and shrink. So basically it's a scalability of your service or your organization. How do you scale it? How do you expand when it is required, and how do you shrink when it is not required? A typical example is Darwin's theory of evolution, or survival of the fittest. So you need to be fit and firm according to the situation. And you have to align yourself towards the market demands. You need to have a complete focus on what the market is demanding for, and you need to align yourself towards that demand. Well, next is the pillar and filler approach. Like most of you might be working with subcontractors or of own truck also. In your subcontractors, you might be having some certain kind of A class, B class, C class kind of grades. Pillar and filler approach is something like you have your pillars base, okay, which is required and which is the core for your operation, and you scale it up with the fillers. So by this, like, you need not have a complete structure laid down throughout. So you will just have pillars to support your ongoing business. And whenever the business grows up, you fill with fillers with some more subcontractors. And whenever the business comes down, you remove those fillers. Next is moving to the cloud. Okay, if your particular network is very secured and you cannot give access to the external parties, okay, better move it to cloud, where you have better security system and people, all your stakeholders who are not in your organization who are providing service for you can access the system, and do give them with a real-time connection, so that they also have real-time data between all business process. Next innovation in logistic is moving from B2B to B2B2C. What I mean to say is conventional logistics is what everybody is doing right now, like business to business. Right now, this business to business is being moved to the next level for supporting e-commerce. E-commerce and the marketplace is going to be the next innovation in business, where B2B2C is going to play a major role in this. Marketplace integration. If you already have a system, a logistic system or some kind of IT system, be prepared to integrate with any kind of marketplace. Like be prepared to integrate yourself with a marketplace like eBay, or marketplace like Lazada, or marketplace like Alibaba, where you have your own IT plugin to integrate into the marketplace, where as and when you get an order, immediately it will be posted into your system on real time. Get enabled with EPOD, electronic proof of delivery, and COD, cash on delivery enabled system. Like you should have a system which enables this EPOD, because in e-commerce business, everybody requires the POD, proof of delivery signature. So you can do this by enabling yourself having a efficient EPOD and a COD system. Then give a real-time shipment access to your customer, to the end customer or to the e-commerce customer, where he can go into your system and access where his shipment is. You might have all seen e-commerce, how it works, like whenever the delivery happens and whenever you sign on the glass for the delivery confirmation, immediately it will get triggered. So this is kind of a real-time shipment tracking. So all this can be achieved only by having a good IT system in place, having a good API in and API out integrations. Embedded human machine interfaces. Like I spoke in my previous screen about EPOD delivery system, which is the last mile mobile apps. You should also effectively work with barcode, RFID tags, and other scanner devices. And EPOD, COD enabled system, MHE like material handling equipments, ASRS, automated sending and receiving systems, your forklifts, a drone. And the most important thing is you need to understand the limitations of all these things. So understanding the limitations of all these mission human embedded interfaces, and you need to also understand about what AIoT and IoT can give you, and what in which level it can support you, and what level it cannot support you. So the understanding of this is a key factor. The crux of the innovation in logistic, it's the blockchain itself in the logistic industry. So you should have all your transport document, the core transport documents, which is required to be at the bottom of the layer. And then on top of it, you have all the set of permissions and ID layer. And then the next interface layer, like the user interface or the machine interface or the mobile interface, application interface, all these things comes in. Then the service layers, various service levels and various service layers and the process layers. And finally, monitoring and control layer, where you keep a complete track of your shipment, track of your customers' shipment, and you give access to your customers. If you think that delivering by drone is a kind of innovation, no, I wouldn't say that. That isn't a good idea. Why? Because what if everybody starts delivering using drones and where there is no physical road in the air? Definitely, it's going to cause kind of a traffic jam or kind of a congestion in the air, which is not going to happen practically. Secondly, product-wise RFID taggings, because each RFID tag, RFID tag has been in the market for last 2 decades, and still now the cost, it is not that cost effective to have it in the product level. So you need to think on these two things and say no for now for this kind of innovation. Innovation in e-commerce. Innovation in e-commerce is basically like one is data technologies, and second one is blockchain in e-commerce. I'll explain to you what is blockchain, how it is affecting the e-commerce. So when we talk about data technology, like which I rightly mentioned before, like we should have all the data in hand. Okay, if I ask you what is this 175,675,344,387, what is this figure? We won't be knowing. And so if we Google and see that that is nothing but the sales of Alibaba, the world famous marketplace or e-commerce place, on a single day, it has done 25.3 billion USD, which is very, very huge. It is done only purely on data technology. So basically, what Alibaba does is like it captures analytical behavior, and big data also plays a major role in Alibaba. So there are various leading countries, and its logistics cost per GDP is like China 18%, India, Brazil 13%, USA, Japan, Germany are all 8%. Why they're all 8% is because they use technology very efficiently. Blockchain in e-commerce. It's all in a traditional way, like miners used to mine, and there were many materials made. There were a lot of extracts from the cattle, and which has been made as a garment by tailors. So this is all a traditional way. Recently, everything is purchased online, purchased in a marketplace. Let's say a mobile phone. A mobile phone has been manufactured by a manufacturer, and we don't know. There are a lot of parts inside that mobile phone, and we don't know where all these parts comes from. Like who are the suppliers for this? There can be thousands of suppliers in manufacturing this particular mobile phone. So blockchain unites this completely in a single chain. It gives you a complete visibility from the marketplace, and which is the warehouse and how it has been shipped, which is the airlines, who is the shipper, and who is the manufacturer, and who is the supplier for the manufacturer, and finally from where it has been mined. So in a nutshell, it's a complete cycle of product, supply chain of a product from the consumer to the mine, or the mine to the consumer on a blockchain. Stakeholders of e-commerce, typically all these like marketplace, OEM, original equipment manufacturer, supplier, customer, logistic company, and payment gateways. These are the typical stakeholders of an e-commerce platform, where all of them play a major role. Blockchain enables the visibility of the credibility of all these stakeholders in a single platform. So let's take a quick look at the blockchain of the complete e-commerce business. Okay, so now a marketplace is there, and this marketplace might be a blockchain of marketplace. Like this particular marketplace were selling automotive parts earlier, they were selling garments earlier, and before that they were selling food distribution and delivery earlier. So this blockchain will give us a complete visibility of his performance in a different business. Similarly, the original equipment manufacturers, OEMs, might supply to different marketplaces. So how is their credibility in different marketplaces? How is their product standards? How is their trust? So all this gives a value for the OEM. Similarly, for the suppliers, the same way, the supplier are also being valued because they also supply to various marketplaces, and how is their supply, and how are they matching the demands. So this blockchain enables that. Customers. I am a customer of eBay. I used to buy things from eBay, Alibaba, Flipkart, Lazada. So I use various e-commerce channels. So what is my credibility in Lazada? What is my review in eBay.com? What is my review in Walmart? So this blockchain gives a complete consolidation of all the reviews and give a credibility figure on my profile. Similarly, logistic companies do have their blockchain. Like they might have been working with a particular marketplace, or they might be working with the OEM, they might be working with the supplier, they might be working with the customer. So it gives the complete visibility of the logistic company and their KPI. So it gives a complete visibility of the payment gateways blockchain too. Thanks a lot for joining me in this session. I represent a company called DSAT, which develops and implements logistics software for transport, logistic distribution, and e-commerce. We have over 15 years of experience in Asia. We have over 12 products for this industry. We have very good customer base globally. Some of our products like last mile delivery, EPOD, transport management system, warehouse management system, yard management system, etc. So these are some of our corporate customers whom we cater to. Thank you everyone for joining me in this session. If you have any suggestions, questions, please do comment below this video. I shall get back to you very quickly. Thanks a lot.
All right, thank you again for this presentation. That was very interesting. I just wanted to quickly remind you again that you can ask questions using at the bottom of this page the comment section. If the speaker is online, he will then answer you right away. If it's not, then he will then give you some feedback after the event. You can also make use of the private group, the group discussion that we have on chain.net, which is exclusively for the delegates of ELOG. And of course, you're welcome to join us at the virtual lobby, where you can meet the speakers, all the delegates, and you will be able to have real-time video discussion with all those participants. So again, feel free to ask questions and come with us, join us into the virtual lobby, so we can all get together. All right, thank you.